Okay. We got everybody. She's coming.
She's coming.
Who's coming?
Manchi.
Manchi. Where is she? She's going to be down here if she ever gets on.
Turn the mic up a little. Good.
We need more mic.
Don't. More cowbell.
More cowbell.
More cowbell coming right up. Okay.
Yeah, Joe. Show
All right.
now.
And we are recording. There we go.
I think I have more experience rapping than singing.
Hold it out about you. You're good. Here, you can clear as a bell.
All right. Can everybody on the computer here?
Do not hold the top.
Stay by the wood.
Yeah.
Stay by that wood.
All right, I'm here.
A lot of stage moms.
That's my boy.
That was Janet Grillo, buddy. If you can't see. Well, thank you, everyone.
Larry, how's Jessica?
What's that?
All right.
Is she home resting?
Here we go. Yeah. Thanks to everyone for coming. You know, we're doing this amidst a pandemic, and yeah. I don't know. I don't really. I was thinking about what to say all week, and obviously it's. I don't know. I was getting very emotional. I've been very emotional all week. I think I'm getting better though. I don't know. It's hard to encapsulate a life like Dad's in a few minutes. 68 wonderful years, 43 years married. He celebrated his 68th birthday on Monday. 43 years on Saturday. Now it's Saturday. That's 7 days ago. Happens, changes very quickly. I don't know how you summarize, someone like Dad. They called him the mayor of Kingwood. Everyone knows him, everyone loves him. You can't walk down the street. I remember when we were like 10 or something, we went to Hershey Park in the middle of PA, nowhere in PA, 3 hours away from here. Go to Hershey, walking down through the ride. Oh, hey, Alfie. Oh, how's it going? Dad, how do you know someone in Hershey, PA? You know someone everywhere.
You remember that happened in Cape Cod?
Everywhere. Cape Cod. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you go. If you ever came to China, which you wanted to come, you definitely find people he knows in China. Hey, Alfie. I don't know. It's a beautiful day today. That's nice. It's been raining all week. I'm trying to look at this as we're into a different phase of life. We're in the next realm. We're in another stage, and I feel a lot different now. After Tuesday, I feel so much older now. I feel a lot older. I feel tired. Hopefully that goes away a little bit. But I feel like, the life I had before, this is just totally different. This is a totally different life, and I'm sure everyone here feels the same. There's going to be a before Alfie, after Alfie, before Dad, and after, and that's just what it's going to be. I mean, we have to continue moving on, and that's all it is. We really, we just keep moving on, and we got to live our lives like he wanted. Like he had the best time ever. This guy was he had so much life and so much love and so much happiness in him. In the hospital, well, we didn't know how close he was, but, right up until the end, he was joking, he's laughing, he's having so much fun, Oh, I'm uncomfortable. Right before he passes, oh, I'm a little uncomfortable. Understatement. but I'm a little uncomfortable. You know, but you know, he's not here in the flesh anymore. He's not going to be walking around our house anymore. And I think it's even too recent that I don't even really accept this right now. You know, it's way too recent. The only thing that I can tell that he's not here is because he's not here, and we're all standing around, and we got a bunch of pictures of him. We never had so many pictures of Dad in the living room. I can't believe how many pictures there are in the living room. Mom was like yesterday, we got to find the band pictures. We got to find the band pictures. We never had so many band pictures of Dad around here. He hasn't been in a band in so many years. He's got band pictures everywhere. You know, yeah, and you look at all these photos and you're seeing him with different people, different family, different locations. Obviously, he's super happy and like everything. He's, you know, Budweisers are in a lot of the photos, you know. Varying froze, yeah. Varying froze, varying fashion styles, you know. It's great. It's great seeing. I love actually positives from this week. Well, it's not a lot, but positives from this week. I like that I'm learning more about Dad in certain ways, you know, and we're going through these photos and I'm seeing him in different places and interacting in different ways, and I didn't know about him in this way, and I hope that this will inspire people to reveal stories about him and knowledge that we don't know. You know, he's gone. You can embarrass him a bit, you know. So tell all your embarrassing stories. I want to hear them. We want to hear the good ones and the bad ones. You know. No, I don't care. Who cares? He doesn't get embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, so I want to hear I want to hear all kinds of stuff that I didn't know. You know. Fine. Right. So, and it's interesting because we were going through his bookshelf and we're going through different scraps of paper and stuff that he has and different all kinds of things that he's had. And you would never do these kind of things with someone who's alive. It's an invasion of privacy. But now it's just like you're grasping at every last piece of information that you can have, and to try to get some more life out of what is all that's there. You're trying to get whatever kind of life you can get, out of the paper, out of pen, out of the grass. He's all around here, so try to get whatever kind of life you can get. I was doing the mowing today. Jazz mower again. Being around the barn, all these things that he touches, he uses that I don't know how to use. It just sucks that he didn't have a chance to teach me how to do all this stuff. But we would have more time. Too bad. Yeah, I'm almost done. The only thing else I have to say, this is not my notebook, even though I have a lot of notebooks that look like this. This is Dad's notebook. One of the things I found while I was invading his privacy after he died. This is a notebook which I believe contains his notes on the cross-country trip he took with John Lishjack. I can never pronounce his name. Lishjack. John Lishjack, high school friend. He was over here 2 days ago. And are we still everyone there? Hopefully I'm not, no one's asleep. That's good. No one's asleep. Cool. It's so nice. It's not many notes, but it's so detailed. He has entering various cities at 10:57. There's such, in ways there's the very specific notes, and and sometimes they're not specific at all, and you're wondering what. I feel like there's so many stories just in this little book. He makes some comments. Ellis, Kansas, simply unreal. Ellis, Kansas, simply what happened in Ellis, Kansas? Kansas, simply unreal. Right, we need John. He would be the one. I like June 29, 72. Jethro Tull! Exclamation mark. Jethro Tull! Snowball fight, festival, you know. Yeah. I like so this was a 3-week trip, about a 3-week trip, and there's so many notes in this about Alfie is sick, John is sick, Alfie is sick, John is sick. Never couldn't have been that sick the whole time. Yeah, they're hungover. Yeah. I love this one. Happy 4th of July. John's all shitted up. Yeah, I mean, we're in another stage, and try to live our lives like you would want, which is with love, with laughter, and don't be a jerk. Okay, that's it for me. Life's not fair. That's true. But he had a great life, you know. He would not say that his life was not fair. He had a great life.
But he did remind us that life's not fair.
Yeah. I'm in the room. Oh. Yeah.
I think we need to call Uncle Eric. Cousin Eric.
Mayor Raritan. Another mayor.
It is kind of unreal. Surreal. I like to think of it this way, though. He's here. He's supposed to be here. He's running late, darn it. So in the meantime, until he does get here, I'm going to talk about it. My father bought me a fishing rod and reel, and he bought Alfie a fishing rod and reel. And we started fishing together with my dad. He was 7 and I was 9. Yeah, I've known this guy for 68 years, a long time. At first, we didn't have a boat. We fished from shore wherever we could. And then we got a boat. We borrowed a boat. We borrowed a guy named Bill Cease's boat. And Alfie always had the front seat. Not because it was the best seat, because there was a heavy anchor that my father used, and Alfie had to lower that anchor. It was a V-shaped boat so that your feet were all cramped up in there, and Alfie had the front seat. And one time, after many trips out, I felt compassionate to say, Alfie, I'm sitting in the middle seat. Would you like to switch with me? Would you like the middle seat today and I'll take the front seat? And he looked at me and said, no, I'll stay in the front seat. And I said, Alfie, you got the heavy anchor. You've got the cramped feet. Why would you want to stay in the front seat? And he said, Eric, in the middle seat, you could only fish from 2 sides. But in the front seat, I can fish from 3. It's funny how he always had a positive perspective on whatever it was. You talk about Alfie being funny, and I mentioned this to Anne Marie just a few days ago. When we were young, we had to get haircuts in the summertime, okay? Mine was a traditional crew cut that had a little bit of hair up here, but Uncle Joe would have no part of that. He cut Alfie's hair, all right? He used those buzz trimmers, you know, but it wasn't a trim, it was a scalp job. And one 4th of July picnic at my mother's house, the Grillos came over and Alfie was first out of the car and I could barely recognize him. But thank God, with Alfie's sense of humor, he wore a sign around his neck. And the sign simply said, I'm Alfie, okay? Last year, I thought it was time for my granddaughter, Gabby, to learn how to fish. And I thought, what better place that she could learn how to fish than with Uncle Alfie right here at the pond. And we came down here and we dug up some worms. And I must tell you, as a fisherman who I will say I don't always tell the truth, we caught nothing that day. Alfie did point out some lanternflies, though, to me. And that was my first introduction of lanternflies. Thank you, Alfie. But he called me about a week or two later and he said, listen, I got an idea. There's a pond real close to me that they stock with trout. And why don't you take Abby up here and we'll try it again? And I said, you know, that's a great idea. My sister was in Spain, so I had my mother. So I brought my mom up here and she stayed with Janet while Alfie, Gabby, and I went fishing at this pond. Well, this pond wasn't very big, right? But it did have all of the things that you would hope to have at a pond to save someone's life. It actually had a life ring. Okay, there was a life preserver there. So we walked around the pond, we found a good place to fish, and 15 minutes later, my granddaughter was pretty bored. But luckily for me, I packed a lunch for the three of us. We ate the lunch, and Alfie said, I'm going for a nature walk. And Gabby said, can I go too? And I said, sure, you want to go. I stayed by the rods fishing foolishly. And within a couple of minutes, I hear this huge splash. And I turn to my left, and there's Alfie, and there's Gabby, taking turns, throwing in that life ring into the pond. Come on, Gabby, you could throw it further. Come on. He found the joy in any occasion. That was Alfie. We came back here, and he was so proud. He took Gabby for a tour. Every aspect. We started down at the pond because we were familiar with that. He showed her the bugs, the insects. But what was most amazing to me, because my granddaughter is deathly afraid of insects, including ants, he took her to the beehives and she was mesmerized. She took it all in. She was watching the bees fly in and out, and there was Alfie right there. We got back to the house. I picked up my mom. We're in the car. And Gabby turns to me and she says, Pop, can we come back tomorrow? And I said, we can't come back tomorrow. All right, Saturday though. We got to come back Saturday, right? You know, when I think of my cousin and my friend, I think that if we could all just look at life, look at every instance as the glass is half full. If we could just find humor in everything, not be afraid of what to say, but find humor in what we do, all right, and find positive action everywhere, you know what? We would all be better for it. Thank you, Alfie.
Bravo.
Hello. On the technical end, can someone readmit Larry Rostaker to the Zoom call?
Oh, no. It tilts. Oh, you're Lord, you're so short.
Well, my brother's online, so I can't really say Alfie was the brother that I didn't have.
Hey.
I am gonna say it.
Another brother.
He's the other brother. He's
Another brother from
He was
another
the brother
mother.
that I always wanted to hang. Every time I came up and I was trying to think back. I knew him before you guys got married. And I remember him at the Ortho property, and he'd go out and, you know, somebody would drive down that long lane, and he'd be like, who's here? You know, and Jen would be like, who's here?
Crazy.
Yeah, like, who would come down this lane, you know, and I'd be like, oh, it's blah. And I'd be like running out there with him. And, you know, like I was thinking just recently, December, was I here? I don't know. Anyway, the last visit I came and he was like, I'm going to this farm sale. Guy has all these outbuildings. You want to come? And I'm like, yeah, because A, it would be fun. Knew it. I'd learn something, always. It was like endlessly fascinating to me. There was history. There was stuff about objects, trivia, tools, people. He loved stories, people. And an adventure. I was going to this like farm building